Are you about to waste hundreds on watches that seem like great deals but are actually terrible purchases that will disappoint within weeks? The watch market in 2026 is flooded with misleading marketing, fake specifications, and brands that prioritize profits over quality, leaving uninformed buyers with expensive regrets. Whether you're buying your first watch and vulnerable to deceptive advertising, shopping for gifts without watch knowledge, or simply trying to avoid common purchasing mistakes that waste money, understanding which watches to completely avoid saves you from painful, expensive lessons. In this critical warning guide, we're exposing watches you must avoid in 2026. This could save you hundreds of dollars. Number 10. Invicta Pro Diver Automatic and Fake Luxury Trap. The Invicta Pro Diver Automatic starts our list, proving that cheap automatic watches aren't always good value. This oversized imitation demonstrates that copying Rolex designs doesn't create quality watches worth owning long-term. What makes Invicta terrible is the deceptive marketing claiming absurd retail prices, then showing massive discounts creating fake urgency. The terrible quality control with misaligned bezels, wobbly rotors, and inconsistent finishing makes these unreliable lottery purchases. The oversized, gaudy proportions with unnecessary complications create tacky appearance that screams cheap imitation rather than quality timepiece. The poor resale value means these watches become worthless immediately after purchase, creating terrible investment, losing money instantly. Avoid completely. Instead, buy Seiko 5 Sports or Orient dive watches, which deliver legitimate quality at similar prices. Number 9. MVMT watches, any model, rebranded Chinese junk. Coming in at number 9 is MVMT, proving that Instagram marketing cannot hide fundamentally terrible watches. This fashion brand demonstrates that slick advertising and influencer partnerships sell garbage to uninformed buyers. What makes MVMT terrible is the $100, $150 pricing for watches worth $10 to $15 wholesale, creating massive markups for basic Chinese quartz. The cheap mineral crystals scratch immediately from normal wear, ruining appearance within weeks of ownership. The terrible build quality with plated cases that wear through, quickly exposing base metal, creating ugly appearance. The poor marketing preying on young buyers who don't know better, using fake scarcity and influencer deception. Never buy. Instead, purchase Timex or Casio, which deliver vastly superior quality at lower prices with actual heritage. Number 8. Fashion brand Chronographs, Michael Kors, Fossil, etc. Overpriced fashion. The fashion brand Chronographs secure the 8th spot, proving that fashion labels create terrible watches. These lifestyle products demonstrate that brand names mean nothing without watchmaking expertise or quality control. What makes fashion chronographs terrible is the $200 to $400 pricing for $20 Chinese movements in cheap cases, creating absurd markups. The unnecessary complications like non-functional chronograph subdials that are purely decorative, creating dishonest designs. The terrible quality with cheap mineral crystals, plated cases, and poor finishing throughout, disappointing within months. The worthless resale value as these become garage sale items immediately after purchase, losing all value instantly. Skip entirely. Buy actual watch brands like Seiko, Citizen, or Tissot, which deliver real quality at comparable prices. Number 7. Chinese Homage watches with fake Swiss movements. Fraud alert. Taking the 7th position are Chinese Homage watches, claiming Swiss movements but delivering Chinese fakes. These deceptive products demonstrate that deals seeming too good are usually fraudulent scams. What makes these terrible is the fraudulent movement claims showing Swiss logos on Chinese movements, creating illegal counterfeits. The terrible quality control with movements failing within months, despite Swiss movement claims proving deception. The legal issues as importing counterfeit watches violates trademark laws, creating potential customs seizure and penalties. The supporting criminal enterprises that profit from deception and intellectual property theft, funding illegal operations. Absolutely avoid. Buy legitimate watches from authorized dealers, ensuring authenticity, and legal purchases, supporting honest businesses. Number 6. Overpriced Kickstarter. Microbrands might be crowdfunding scams. The overpriced Kickstarter microbrands earn the 6th spot, proving that crowdfunding creates opportunities for scammers. These questionable ventures demonstrate that not all microbrands deserve support or financial backing. What makes these terrible is the absurd pricing for basic Chinese watches claiming fair pricing while charging premiums. The frequent delivery delays or complete failures to deliver products after taking money, creating outright theft. The terrible customer service with no accountability after campaigns and leaving buyers without recourse for defects. The poor quality using cheap components while marketing as premium, causing immediate disappointment upon delivery. Be extremely careful. Only back established microbrands with proven track records avoiding unknown ventures with suspicious claims. Number 5. Smartwatches from unknown brands. E-waste waiting. Coming in at number 5 are unknown brand smartwatches flooding Amazon with tempting prices. These disposable electronics demonstrate that cheap smartwatches become expensive e-waste quickly. What makes these terrible is the abandoned software support, with no updates, leaving security vulnerabilities and bugs unfixed. The terrible battery life degrading within months, requiring constant charging, creating frustration and inconvenience. The poor app ecosystem with limited functionality and compatibility, making these less useful than legitimate alternatives. The privacy concerns with unknown manufacturers collecting personal data without transparency, creating security risks. Avoid completely. Buy Apple Watch, Samsung Galaxy Watch, or Garmin, which provide legitimate support and quality. Number 4. Luxury. Watches from Instagram ads, social media scams. The luxury watches from Instagram ads take the 4th position, proving that targeted advertising sells garbage. These deceptive campaigns demonstrate that slick marketing hides fundamentally worthless products. What makes these terrible is the fake luxury positioning, claiming Swiss quality while delivering Chinese junk. The deceptive before-after pricing, showing fake retail prices and massive discounts, creating urgency through deception. The terrible quality with cheap materials failing within weeks despite luxury claims and premium pricing. The impossible return policies and disappeared companies making refunds impossible after discovering poor quality. Never click. If you see watch ads on Instagram, assume scam and buy from legitimate retailers only. Number 3. Diesel Guess Oversized Fashion Pieces, Wrist Anchors. The Diesel and Guess Oversized fashion pieces secure the 3rd spot, proving that bigger isn't better. These gaudy monstrosities demonstrate that fashion brands create unwearable watches, prioritizing shock over functionality. What makes these terrible is the absurdly oversized proportions with 50 mm plus cases, creating uncomfortable wrist anchors. The cheap quartz movements in massive cases, creating terrible value propositions for basic timekeeping. The gaudy styling with unnecessary embellishments, creating tacky appearance that dates quickly, looking ridiculous. The terrible resale value, becoming worthless garage sale items, immediately losing all investment completely. Avoid entirely. Buy properly sized watches from actual watch brands, delivering timeless designs and quality. Number 2. Daniel Wellington, all models, marketing over substance. Taking the runner-up position is Daniel Wellington, proving that minimal design and influencer marketing sell mediocre watches. This overhyped brand demonstrates that style cannot overcome fundamental quality deficiencies and terrible value. What makes Daniel Wellington terrible is the $150 for $200 pricing for $15 Chinese quartz movements, creating outrageous markups. The cheap mineral crystals scratching immediately, and thin cases denting easily, ruining appearance quickly. The interchangeable straps being the only feature while charging premium prices for basic functionality. The worthless brand value with zero resale market, as these become donations immediately after purchase. Never buy. Purchase Timex, Citizen, or Seiko, which deliver vastly superior quality at lower prices. Number 1. Any watch with fake movement claims, the game changer. Finally, here it is. The number 1 watch category to absolutely avoid. Any watchmaking fake movement claims, whether fake Swiss, fake automatic, or fake complications. These aren't just bad purchases. They're outright frauds that deceive buyers through false specifications and counterfeit components, representing the worst of watch industry dishonesty, proving that scammers prey on uninformed buyers using technical claims that sound impressive but are completely fabricated, creating illegal counterfeits that fund criminal enterprises while delivering worthless products that fail immediately. Watches with fake movement claims represent pure fraud, with Chinese movements marked with Swiss logos, creating illegal counterfeits. What makes these the worst purchases possible is the completely fraudulent nature with fake engravings, false specifications, and counterfeit branding. The supporting criminal organizations that profit from intellectual property theft and consumer deception funding illegal operations. The legal risks as importing counterfeit goods violates laws creating potential customs seizure and penalties. The terrible quality with movements failing immediately proving the deceptive claims and poor construction.